Welcome to the podcast. This is I was about to say your name. This is Cola and I'm with Walker.
Hello. Hola. That is
Um
your Mexican Spanish lesson for today.
it's, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm in a different world.
Mm.
All right, fun fact. It's impossible for most people to lick their elbows.
Okay. So the fun fact is literally like a
Most people
physical.
can't lick their elbows.
Mhm. Okay.
Is that
Have you
random?
tried?
I've tried. I can't do it.
Mm.
And same thing, like most people can't do the Asian squat. So
Mm. Well, that's the one that gets me. That's the one that gets me even more weirded out.
what?
Um, is that some people can't do the Asian squat because it just tells me that it's not something that developed in your childhood where you had to put up with long periods of standing and coping with waiting. So that's sort of where my being weirded out lies. It's just like, okay, like I'm pretty sure you like people can do the Asian squat. I just don't think that they've learned to stretch themselves in that way, you know. But then again, it's also weird because I want to know how far you can squat before you like if you're going to try to get into the Asian squat position.
Can you do the Asian squat?
Well, for sure. Like inventing it, I'm like half taking a shit with my squat, man. Um, and plus, like even when you're working out, when you do a squat, you go all the way down. And that pretty much is like the Asian squat, isn't it?
I've been to workouts and um I I'm the only. I mean, I can do all the way down, but I haven't seen people go all the way down with their squats. They go halfway and then jump and go back up.
Like you go all the way down, scratch your butt on the floor a little bit, and get back up.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it where I like go down and then just take a big fart and just go back right up.
That's the dirtier ones. All right, cool. My fun fact is that for nearly a decade, the city of Tokyo has been waging war on crows. So the actual
Crows?
yes, birds.
Why?
The campaign reportedly began after crow buzzed Governor Shimtaro Ishihara as he played golf, prompting declaration that he would turn crow meat pies into Tokyo's favorite dish. That never happened. But the Japan did have a sort of epidemic against like uh, actual crows because they were crows did attack people maliciously in Japan. Um, they're often seen like harassing people, but they were also really intelligent, so they actually like um, learn to like uh, drop stones and like throw things at people. So yeah, the crow's intelligence pretty much ranges to an average like 7-year old human.
Oh my god!
So they're also like animals that are able to take revenge.
Also, aren't Pigeons, same thing with pigeons. Japan doesn't like pigeons.
That part I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
Uh, but I wouldn't doubt it, considering the fact that pigeons are literally like rats with wings. Like they carry so many diseases with them because pigeons like get into everything.
that's crazy.
But I mean, uh,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty nuts with them. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. Speaking of pigeons, I know that my birthday just passed.
What a segue.
My birthday just passed. But I was thinking of the question for this week, and I think I was thinking about, I mean, I mean, the thing is like, how has your birthday changed since you were young to when you're older? But as of like right now, like I don't want to celebrate my birthday at all. Oh, my phone's on.
Okay.
Uh,
How did you celebrate before?
before before I used to go out on my birthday, go out. In my 20s, I used to go out,
Hmm.
get drunk, and then go home, and that was it. But not in my 30s, like I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with nothing. I just want to be alone, cook myself a meal, and then call it a day. That's it.
What if
That's
what if your birthday plan was to bail on your own birthday party just to go to something more interesting?
that'd be crazy. I think I used to like on my birthday try to travel somewhere, right? On my birthday, that's right.
That's
That's
what I
what I
did on my
used to
birthday.
do.
That's what I did on my birthday. Like that was much more worth my time. But yeah, uh, that yeah that your dynamics on how you celebrate life events vastly changes over time. And some people it doesn't, surprisingly. But what changed for you, Cola?
Um, just realizing I don't want to deal with people on my birthday. Um, but yeah,
You ever do you ever feel like your birthday should be celebrating you?
no, no, I'm like forget it. I don't even tell people my birthday. I don't know how they find out. So even at work, luckily, because even at work, like on those days, like I take those days off because I don't want to hear it from people at work. So on my days, on my birthday, I say, hey, I'm gonna get out of here on my birthday, so I don't have to hear people say happy birthday and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Um, okay. So you avoid the celebration altogether.
I avoid it altogether. I just
So
don't want to do.
if it did happen to you, like what exactly would go through your head in those instances?
Like what? Like if someone did a surprise party,
Yeah.
I would probably leave at that point. So I'm like, nah, man. I
We've been
said
playing for
no.
like 6 months
Nah.
and shit, and then we've been playing for like 6 months and shit. We hired like 10 strippers, and it's just like,
I'm like, no.
and then you leave, and then they keep having a party. Oh yeah, it's Cola's birthday today. Where's Cola? Oh, he went home. He uninvited himself.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I mean, just, as you get older, you just don't. I mean, from how you do it now until now, I'm like, I don't want to do it. Even if it's like a milestone, turning 30, 40, 50, whatever. I'm like, no, I don't, it's okay. I don't feel like doing it. Right.
well, first off, what do you do for milestones?
I don't do anything.
No, but what are you typically supposed to do for the milestones? Like the only milestone that I recognize is like 21 and 25. 21 because you
Why?
get to drink.
Why 25?
25 because you get to rent a car.
Oh,
That's the only thing. And then like, just go like you can go fuck off and do your own thing.
yeah. I mean, I think even when I turned 21, I didn't even drink. So
Hmm.
even at 21, I didn't drink. Right.
Damn.
So
Well, I don't know. Like, when did you start drinking?
maybe 22, 23. It's
Really?
later. Yeah.
Is that when you had your first drink, or when you actually just started drinking?
No, actually, it was probably 19 when I first sipped some alcohol, but I mean, it was just sipping, right? And that was about it. I didn't do it anymore until I was like, what, 20, 22, 23. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had my first beer when I was like 18, and I'm like, it's probably the worst. Probably the worst thing to start with, because when you first have beer, it tastes like ass. So it's
mhm,
like you're sitting there like, why the fuck would I want to drink this?
mhm.
Um,
Did you drink enough of it?
I mean, it was just
Did you
like,
drink
okay,
enough of it
well,
where you got buzzed?
I guess so. Just because it was like, because it tasted bad, but I'm like, I didn't want to waste it, so I'm just like, I don't want to fucking drag this thing out for the rest of the night. Like, so maybe it might be better, more bearable for me if I just like chugged it. So, I pretty much like took it all down in like 2 or 3 hits, and then like after that, like I'm just like, I guess I got a little bit buzzed because I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what it feels like, and it's just like, I guess if you get enough of these, and it's just like you just fucking black out. But I've never really actually gotten like blackout drunk. Have you?
Yeah, a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that even work? Because then I've gotten shit faced, and pretty much to the point where I like throw up, pass out, wake up, and I'm completely cognizant about what everything that just happened.
Yeah, I think when you get blackout, it's just like when you drink, there's a point where you just knock out and you don't know what to do, like when you wake up and you don't know what happened.
Mhm.
So yeah. That's what happens when you start mixing alcoholic drinks together. But
Hmm.
so
I don't know.
so yeah.
Like, obviously, like you know better than I do. But I mean, I tried to get as drunk as possible, but I only just end up throwing up. But wow. Uh, so like, if you had your own ideal time for yourself for your birthday, what would you do?
I would go travel. I would go to some far off country to do it. Like
Hmm.
forget it. I wouldn't stay home. Like why?
Hmm.
Right?
So, if you were in another country and you had an opportunity to celebrate your birthday, where it may be slightly more valid, would you
Uh,
celebrate it?
Nah. I would just do the regular thing, but I wouldn't celebrate it. Like forget it.
Really? Hmm.
You know. I think at this point it's like that's why I don't know how old I am. Or when people first time someone asks me about my age, I don't know because I don't celebrate it.
18. You're covered in
Yeah.
like white hair and shit.
What about you?
Hmm.
What about you, Walker?
Let's see. I was a working student, so a lot of my birthdays I spent like working, or I just go out for food. It was typically pretty dull, but as I got older, I mean, as I got older and uh, got more time to myself, I was just like, you know what? Like, yeah, I want to celebrate things the way I like to celebrate them,
Mhm,
but typically as a kid, like I didn't get too much interaction with like, groups because my parents were very against having like guests over that they didn't know. So it was just like my birthdays would always be like playing video games, like kind of like staycation, but basically where like nobody bothers me. Obviously it's different when I'm married, but I mean, um, my thing is very much just like, you know, I'm I'm cool if someone like takes me out to eat, but I mean, at least make it something that's interesting or like appealing to me.
mhm.
Like take me out to go have like don't take me out for like McDonald's. Don't take me out to like pho or something like that. There's something that's like
So you want like
there's a-
you want like a prime rib, prime
no,
steaks.
not even that. Not even that. I mean, like take me out to Hot Pot or something like that. Something that I like. To
Okay.
show me that you're like being considerate of like me, like the person you're taking out. Like, don't just like fucking half-ass it and just like do that. It's just like, well then, shit, dude, you didn't have to. Like, really, you didn't have
I'm taking you to McDonald's.
to. Like, you can go fuck yourself at that point. It's like, motherfucker, we do this on a regular basis. You do not impress me with, or like, this is not making it feel any more significant than a regular ass day. If
Oh,
you
have
are
you
trying,
done
if you're trying to tag the concept of a birthday to it, then it's just like you need to step your fucking game up. Like,
have you done a birthday at a Brazilian steakhouse?
yes, actually, recently
Oh,
too. So, Jack and his girlfriend or his fiance now uh, took us out for both of our birthdays. So, I mean, very nice night.
was it Fago de Chao? Fago de Chao?
I don't know. It's one in our area. Like it's like down the road from our house.
Got it.
But um, but overall, it was just like it was nice. It was chill. Like it's definitely a different experience. I mean, personally, not a huge fan. I mean,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, they offer a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like for the price tag, and it's just like for the amount of stuff that you get, and maybe 4 out of the 10 items that you get are the ones you actually like really like. Then like that's pretty much it. Um, so it makes it hard to enjoy the meal because like you want to taste everything, but by the time you get to like the other things that you didn't know you wanted to try until they came around, it's like it's already too late. You're full, and
you're
like
full.
yeah, your stomach is settled because you've been spending all that time waiting, and it's just like it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of the experience. But it's also something that's worth trying once. Um, or if you want to feel like fancy or rich, I guess. Um, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Um, Other than that, if it were strictly my choice, like if I were by myself, then I would travel. Like I would find some fucking way to make my life more interesting, or just not put myself in a position where it's like um, I would feel bad or sorry for my time
Mhm,
because like no matter how you spend it, like even if you just want to chill at home, like you just have to make sure that whatever you're doing you're enjoying it, or it's something that even if it's like maybe like a little painful, like it, it's something that you wanted to do.
mhm.
Yeah.
Shoot, I think on my birthday, which is a couple, I think we had 2 weeks ago, but I was tempted to buy a new car for myself. Tempted,
I mean,
tempted.
like whatever you want, man. Cause,
Tempted.
but I mean, just for the hell of it, or like, cause you needed it.
No, it's just more like I didn't need it, but like it's just like the current car I have is like what 13 years old now. It's getting old. But the thing is like that car replaced another car that was a lot faster. So I'm like almost like, oh shit. I'm like, I kind of want a faster car now, right? Because I
Mm,
will like the current car, I will like I will smash the shit. I will like push as hard as I can, like on the road. So
and you're still
but
going 35.
still going, yeah, but like yeah, I was like, I try to smash it as hard as I can, but it doesn't, it doesn't go as fast as I think so.
Mm,
So yeah, tempted as a gift to myself,
mm.
as a gift to
Uh,
myself.
oh, that's another thing. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel about gifts? Or how did you feel back then versus how do you feel now?
I I kind of don't like gifts. I would buy myself something. So, but I don't like really receiving gifts.
Mm.
So,
I mean, why not overall?
uh, only because when I receive the gift, sometimes it doesn't like how does it relate to me, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh,
No,
like what
you
made
don't
you
want to be
what
taken
made
out
you
to
think
McDonald's? Come on.
what made you think I needed a pack of toothbrushes?
That
So it's
just
like,
sounds like Big Ed and his Filipino.
right? So it's like, why do I need a pack of toothbrushes and toothpaste? I'm like,
What kind of
so
fucking gifts did you get, bro?
so it's like, nah. So I would prefer not to get anything. So
But if okay, so then if okay, say that like whatever gift you get is something that like you would always like no matter what you receive from people, it would be something you want. What would those be?
probably a new camera. I definitely need
Okay.
to upgrade my current camera. What?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe with a lower price tag too.
It's like any like $100
I
below.
would like a new car from my friend.
I
Shut the fuck up, man. What the fuck have you done to like earn that
like I
shit?
really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the car.
You know, like yeah, it's just like if it were just like the simplicity behind it and everything, it's like what is it that you truly appreciate for like sort of like
Oh, you
gifts?
know what? I'm a socks and t-shirts. Uh,
Mm.
that's the old man talking about like socks and t-shirt or a hoodie or something like that.
But no
Because
toothbrushes.
no toothbrushes. Um, because crazy because our work they give out employees gifts on Christmas Day, but like late this year they gave out a lot of stuff. It was really good stuff too. But I mean, since we got bought out, I don't think we're gonna get the same level of gifts anymore. So
Mm.
like they gave us backpacks, they gave us hoodies, socks, underwear, and they gave us like travel bags.
Mm.
They gave us what's that? The company Away, the company that make travel carrying like luggage. But
Mm.
I got a travel bag like a little carry on bag from Away, but it was really nice. So
Mm. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So shots has socks and shirts in
socks,
the.
shirts, apparel. I'm all about it.
Mm. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Uh. Yeah. Um. For me though, it's um, I'm surprisingly easy to please, but it's also just like you know it just from my like regular mannerisms, like if I'm all about something, I express it about like a bit more. Like if I'm for instance, like I'm all about Kingdom Hearts, so it's just like you know when the new game gets announced, I get really excited about it, and then I'm just like hell yeah, like Kingdom Hearts this, Kingdom Hearts that, and then like all this. So it's just like it, it's more easily broadcasted for me, but it's like also like you know um getting me like a video game that I probably would want to play, like an RPG or whatever, um or just collector's items or workout gear. Like those are the things that like kind of like pique my interest. um the one thing that I always advise people against is if you are going to give me something that is like that clashes with my my creative design in my mind. So it's like you know like if I have certain pieces of equipment like a projector or something, like it's usually better not to get me stuff for my projector, because it's just like I don't like I'm still figuring out how it's going to fit in my house. So it's like to add one more thing to my list, and it's just like, well, I gotta figure out how to make this work for my vision, and that just makes it more of a frustrating experience for me. I mean, but again, I'm not going to diminish the thought of like, hey, you got something nice for me, so it's like it really is the thought that counts. But it's just like at the same time, I'm a lot less likely to have a use for it, and then I might offend you from that. you know. Um, so it's just like like it's not to be ungrateful about anything. I try to make it work, but at the same time, if it doesn't work for the house, it doesn't work for the house. In terms of gifts, though, it's just like honestly, I like half expect them, but not in the sense that like everyone I come across like owes me a gift or anything. It's just if it lands on my lap, and I'm like, oh, awesome, sweet, like, but I'm not like if people don't get me shit, I don't complain about it either, because I'm just like, well, I'm a grown ass man, I can get whatever I want. So it's just like it's just like cool if it's my birth like on my birthday and people decide to get me things like, hey, like extra extra bonus for that day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't broadcast my birthday normally, but for my coworkers, it's like it's pretty easy to figure out when my birthday is, because
Did they
when
put
I'm
out a
employed
list?
with that, and it's like when you're employed, they already have your birth date from your application, so they just
Mhm.
put it on the list. So
We have our HR people, like they put it on the calendar. I'm like, man, they put it on the company calendar, so when it does come up, you'll get like a Slack alert for it.
mhm, yeah,
So yeah, I
we
was like,
so we celebrate their like everyone's birthdays too. But I mean, that like my coworkers came up to me, like saying like, like, do you want to do something really extravagant for your birthday or whatever? I'm like, honestly, it's like if you guys did that for me at the office, like I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Like I'd be kind of like deer in the headlights type of deal.
mhm.
So I don't know if you're like that.
Nah, well, I've never experienced it, so I don't know. I don't know. People don't appreciate me at work, so
That's what I
I
was
get
gonna
that
say.
part.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I think Cola just expressed how much people like him. Ah, fuck that guy. But yeah. But still, it's again, I'm very much like it's the thought. It's the thought that counts. I don't really hold anything against anyone. The
Mhm.
other thing is too, it's just like um, I've gotten I've gotten to that point in my life where I'm independent enough to like know that if I want something, I'll get it. You know, but I always appreciate when people go that extra step to get me something where it's just like I didn't know I needed this or wanted this until I
Until
got
someone
it.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like those
That's
are
the
the
cool
really cool
part.
gifts. Yeah, because it's just like that's how it shows that someone is like really like put a lot of thought into like you know. And it's like even if it's just like uh, even if it's just like something simple, it's like getting you a gift that you personally cannot refuse. You know, but for birthdays, I hold some optimism around them from time to time. If I'm traveling around my birthday, I would probably make it more of a point to point out that it is my birthday, just
Mhm.
because it's just like if you're having fun in another country or
It's my
wherever you are,
birthday.
yeah, then you kind of amp everyone else up along with you, and then you kind of just you know it makes it a much more memorable experience because like everyone's like people that are there are willing to jump into that bandwagon with you. It's like, yeah, cool, let's do this. So I mean, that was one of the experiences I got when I was traveling. Um, I said it was my birthday, even though it was not my birthday.
Like,
So
show me proof.
yeah, give me your ID. Like, no, don't touch my passport. But I mean, like, it's fun though, because then like part of it is just like getting to know people too. Like, I'm very much a different person when it comes to traveling. I'm much more open, but also like I feel more I feel like I can connect with people more just by like not having the typical social inhibitions
Mhm.
of like culture at home. And yeah, but yep. So Cola's birthday has passed. Are you in the 40s yet?
Nope. I'm not in the 40s.
Like, do you like was there a when did you actually start like forgetting your age?
So I wouldn't say 25.
Really?
Yep. Because every time someone asks me, I always say first thing I say is 25, but nope, that's not. That's like I don't know why it starts from 25, but that's when
Mm,
that's the most memorable time for me. 25.
mm.
How
Well,
about
I
you?
mean, for me, it was like I think it was like it had to have been like 32.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Why
because
32?
like well, hitting the 30 milestone is pretty much like okay, well, middle of your life, so like it's just that time where I take inventory of like okay, well, what have I done? Um, do I have everything together? Am I closer to where I want to be as a person? And am I able to uh, um, self-sustainably change my lifestyle if I wanted to and still be okay? Like, and am I confident enough in my moves and career path to where it's like if things don't go right this way, I always have like a backup behind it.
Uh-huh.
So um, that's pretty much where I took that inventory, where it's like, okay, hit a lot of milestones in my life, Come to think of it, shit, I've been married. Been married for like 5 years now. Holy fuck. Oh no, no, actually, it's gonna be 5 years in 7 days.
Oh
So
shit.
uh, I can't remember. Cola, were you there for my wedding?
Of course.
Right, right, right. You took pictures for us. I'm like, I don't remember you there, but then again, I remember like
Some
we
guy
had
was taking photos. I don't know.
a we just hired a random homeless man to start taking pictures of us. Uh, yeah, I remember now because then like we took pictures out in the cold because of you.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it was like it was a lot of those milestones, and um, like that was pretty much like that was pretty much the year before I got married. So yeah, there was
Oh,
already
so okay.
mhm. So there was already a lot going on, and it was just like you know I'm old enough now. I can make a lot of decisions, and I could live my life certain ways. So I mean, I took a I took a I took a lot of different steps. Is all, but like after that, I pretty much stopped counting because it was just like, well, every day there's always like something new, some new challenge that's there, or some new like thing for me to do and deal with. So I mean, that was the cool part about it. And then after that, it was just like just mm, not having to pay attention to that number anymore. Um, Moreover, just pay attention to my health more than anything. So it's just like you know I am coming up in age, so I think to myself like, holy shit, like this should be the time where I gotta start like getting certain things checked out.